brighter side of things, but Tay also likes to tell the truth, and sometimes the truth ain't the bright side. Okay, so I got this channel. I've been sitting on this one for about 3 weeks specifically. So 3 weeks could be prominent. Go back to 3 weeks from today. Actually, I can do that for you. 3 weeks from today. 1, 2, 3. That would have been October 25th, Wednesday, October 25th. But that's just from where I'm filming this right now. But whenever you are watching this is timeless. Go back 3 weeks from today. Something is significant about that. Okay, so let me get back to these channels. So again, this is about spiritual intimidation or bullying. The truth of this channel is to talk about balancing true intention. Balancing true intuition versus fears being expelled at this time. Okay. I'm just going to read these straight channels and then we're going to get into the facts and whatnot. All right. So nothing in the physical has given you reason to fear anything, yet each action that you are taking is hesitant at this time, or you're questioning everything that you do. You're second guessing moves that you would normally make without question. This is a sign of spiritual intimidation. This could be showing up as physical marks, scratches, or bruises, or spiritual experiences through dreams or astral awareness of you having to defend yourself physically or in any other form. Okay, this is a sign to amp up protection. The color black is useful through all things at this time: crystals, makeup, nail polish, clothing, hair dye, blankets, etc. This is not to incite fear, but to raise awareness of inevitable spiritual initiation through this ascension process. Okay, so that was just the straight channel that I wrote down. But essentially, we're going back to how you could be experiencing this energy. So the way that Spirit brought this to me actually was in that state of sleep. That state of sleep where you are awake but also sleeping. You're not fully conscious, but you are aware. Okay. Spirit brought this instance to me where it's almost as if like this energy was physically like trying to beat up on the collective, like this physical beating of some sort. This could be going on in the spiritual realm, in the sense that someone is upset that something worked out for you, or people or mass energies are upset that things are working for you, that you are cleansing and healing your energy. Okay. And that frustration is showing up in the spiritual realm, so much so that this could end up reflecting into the physical realm. Hence why I always tell people to be mindful, especially during Scorpio season, which is when I am currently recording this, because again, that's when people's shadows kind of come up. And so when they are feeling that shadowy energy, that evil eye energy, it's really heightened at this time. And so it really shows through. Again, the veil is a lot thinner during Scorpio season, so truths are a lot easier to see. Okay. And so I'm kind of getting this energy here of like, crabs in a bucket, or like trying to grab somebody by the heels when you see them ascending up the ladder. Okay. We have tea leaves, foresight. Okay. And this is also going to be, this is kind of like taking heed to a warning as well, to be mindful of certain interactions in real life, because this aggressive energy, again, I've talked about this before already in multiple readings in this time frame that I'm filming these collective messages, but anger and rage is something that you really want to be mindful of, not only within yourself, but within other people, especially when they cannot control you. I'm seeing here specifically, someone could be offering you a gift, and your refusal to take said gift or opportunity could incite some sort of like evil eye energy within them, or like some sort of like offering that they're trying to give you. You're just like not really open to it, or not that receptive to it, and that frustrates them. Okay, let's see. Clouds, mystical. Okay, that was another thing too. Again, I keep feeling like I'm not getting the complete statement out. It's like I keep getting distracted. So be on your P's and Q's. Make sure you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's, and make sure everything is folded nicely. And make sure you're doing your part at this time, because people will be nitpicking and things of that nature. I also talked about that in that one reading that talked about being under high scrutiny. And again, that's a message that's only for a select few of people. People go into those readings and like, oh, I don't claim, I don't claim. Baby, you don't have to claim if it's your energy. It's going to happen regardless. I'm just here to read it. It's not that I am putting that energy on you. It's literally just what is there. Okay, I don't read to put energies onto people. That's not what I do. I read what is there to help you maneuver through, around, or to whatever this is. Thank you, Spirit. Footprints, direction at the bottom of the deck here. But I'm seeing ultimately that because the veil is thinner, for you to see thy enemy within others, is also thinner for the enemy to see thy truth within thyself, which again leads to the frustrations, leads to the anger, the jealousy, the things that are deeply rooted. And so again, be mindful of certain interactions that may become extra heated at this time, or be mindful of your surroundings. For those of you that feel like you are vulnerable individuals, just be mindful. Okay, the 10 of Cups here. Yeah, be mindful of like being too into dreamland, to where you're not aware of your surroundings. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. The King of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles. I'm also seeing here too that something that someone taught you is going to be coming in handy here as well. We have the Devil card. Yeah, something about protection, or like having some form of protection. Yeah, there's something here about like being ready so you don't have to get ready. Okay. Yeah, not being taken off guard by something. This is a message that's meant to teach you something so you are not taken off guard. Yeah, with the star here, this is helping you to take a more healing approach to a situation, especially in regards to someone who may have some sort of like devil energy attached to them when it comes to having control over people, places, and things. See, I'm telling you, bitch, that Ace of Pentacles opportunity, people that are very persistent with their offers and should not be. Okay, I'm seeing like being mindful in that kind of energy at this time. That's what's going on here. You have the 9 of Swords at the back of the deck, and again, this is not to instill any sort of fear or incite anything negative or toxic within you. This is just, again, to give you that foresight to help you avoid it, so that once that that illusion is right in front of you, you'll be able to call it as you see it for what it is, and move the fluck along. Okay, the 9 of Cups here, clarifying the 8 of Pentacles. Again, something that you've already learned, or this video alone is going to help you to avoid the situation here. For some of you, you're going to be well prepared for whatever test or whatever scheme or plot this may be. Yeah. And again, this doesn't have to be like me fighting for my life type shit. No. It doesn't have to necessarily be that. Again, this is spiritual before it is anything. This spiritual intimidation / bullying that I channeled about in the very beginning. It may not even show up in the physical, but if it does, just don't feel so surprised, because that's what this message is letting you know right now, is that there's heightened sense of envy and jealousy in your reading, because you are clearly on top of the wheel. And again, that veil being so see-through for everyone on each side, whether you're on the quote-unquote good side or the quote-unquote bad side, gives people that insight. And again, sometimes people see your potential and that makes them hate you just because of that. With the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck to the 8 of Cups here, you are ascended in love. You are ascending towards this heart chakra energy, but not everyone is there. I'm hearing everybody ain't faithful. Okay, with this 4 of Pentacles to the 5 of Swords, everybody ain't faithful to whatever higher power or faith that you have. 10 of Swords to the Ace of Pentacles, especially when it comes to people feeling like they are rejected. So at this time, definitely be mindful of letting people down easy at this time. That goes hand in hand with like, yeah, you don't want to dim your light, but also at the same time, you need to know that there's a time and a place for everything. In order to leave certain situations, people, places, and things safely, you should take heed to this message to walk away gracefully, bow out with love, things of that nature. If someone says, how can I change that? I'm not sure what you're saying, but there's nothing that you can do to change that. That's another thing that Spirit is trying to show us in this collective message, is that in the spiritual community, we've been so focused on like, oh, I can control everything with my mind. And it's like, yes, you can, but at the same time, you cannot, because you can't control other people's minds, which also contributes to manifestations and things in the real world. There's this oneness that we have to keep in mind here, that again, not everyone is on the same playing field or the same level as you. And it's like, this is not saying that you can't help the situation. You can. That's what videos like this is meant for, is to help you kind of see your way through situations like this. But at the end of the day, things are going to happen the way that things are going to happen. Like getting these readings, it's not going to change that fact that what's meant to occur is going to occur. Because there's just certain things, like certain routes, certain detours, I feel like you will just always end up in the same place no matter which way that you turn. And that's just a part of it. That's just the way that the cookie crumbles. Okay. So that's another thing too, that some people may not want to hear, because everyone's always like preaching like, oh, manifest the life of your dream. But it takes so much more than just like setting your mind to it. You have to get rid of the blockages. You have to eradicate the fears. You have to be mindful of your environment and your nature versus nurture energy, and what you've been taught, what is real versus what is fake, realizing that everything is real and everything is fake. There's a lot that goes into it, y'all. Okay. Spirit's telling me to clear the table and get some more to channel here. But I hope that answered your question when you asked, how can you change that? The only thing you can change is you, yourself, and your response and your interactions with people, places, and things. Aura observation. So advice in this situation is to observe more than you do anything at this time. Observe more than anything. Yeah, oracle wisdom. Listen more than you speak. We have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a great time to just be the observer and know that in that observing period, you are being leveled up. There's something here where you may feel like you constantly have to be moving or have to constantly be in motion in order to manifest or create, when sometimes the most valuable thing that you can do is just sit back, listen, and observe. Okay. Me personally, I feel like the toughest lessons that I've learned was actually through observing other people go through some tough lessons, other people experiencing towers, because bitch, I'm a listen. Okay. I'm going to listen in some cases. With the Nine of Pentacles coming out here, you have to know the difference between listening to them and listening to yourself. Again, this is getting us into that intuition versus fear thing. Okay, so let me let this message unfold as we tap in. Okay, again, balancing true intuition versus the expulsion of fears. Okay, we have the Tower here. So I see that you're on this path, you're on this quest, you've been making choices, movements, and decisions in the direction of things that you truly want, in the direction of things that you truly desire, and the things that you feel like you truly align with, okay? We have the Fool card reversed. There's some false starts, some illusions here that are being called into question. Yeah, I just saw the Nine of Swords and the Temperance card. You could be having like fear-induced visions, like your dream state could be directly reflecting your anxieties to you. Like literally you were worried about something and then you fall asleep and have a dream about the exact thing that you were worried about. This is meant to mirror to you, to prove to you that your mind, yes, it is possible to manifest and create positive and abundant and beautiful things, but also at the same time, it could be the biggest trickery. It could be the biggest fool, if you will. The Magician in the reverse. Just because you thought it doesn't mean that it has to necessarily be the truth. And so again, this is kind of like that rude awakening for some people, because they think like, oh yeah, because I dreamt it, because I thought it, because this, that, and the third, like that's exactly what's going to happen, when sometimes it's just being expelled from your energy. Because again, I talked about this before. I don't know what video, y'all just got to be paying attention. I don't know. But I talked about this before, where we pray and we listen to the whispers of the divine, the whispers within, but we forget that sometimes that other people have access to and can pray to entities and deities and things of that nature that can influence your energy, and that's not your ultimate goal. You don't want to be influenced by other people's belief systems or other people's deities, other people's whatever. You want to be influenced by your source, by your power. And so it's about cleansing, clearing, and cloaking your energy and being focused on what it is that you know you need to be focused on in your path, which again is brought to you best by observing to know who is in your energy, what is in your energy. And even if you can't put an actual pin in it, just recognizing it as something that is outside of yourself. This is that time where you are observing and understanding the voice that is yours or the vision that is God's versus the voice of like devil energy, that is the fear, that is the temptation trying to lead you astray. Because in some cases, this will be like you coming into contact with the partner that is destined for you in this cycle of your life, but you're having negative dreams about them. That's that devil energy for some people, trying to get them to steer them away from this destined partnership, while in other cases people are being paired up with false partners and having these true like fear induced visions and things. So this is a time where illusions are again very prominent. If you didn't watch the last video where we talked about the cover being blown, I highly recommend tuning into that, because that's basically what's going on here with this intuition versus fear, what is true versus what is fake. It's about you having to have your own connection to God. Like, you can watch as many videos like this as you want to, but the ultimate result of this video, the only way I do my job is if I bring you closer to God so that you can talk to God about whatever is going on in your life. Okay. And again, I talked about this as well too, like in the last month, not taking advice from other people. Like, you can listen to the advice and take heed to it, but I shouldn't say don't take the advice. I meant to say don't make decisions based on people's advice. You can take in people's advice and see how it makes you feel, but ultimately you need to make that choice yourself, because that's going to put you on the proper path for you. There's nothing wrong with taking advice from people that have been there, done that, or from people that you just feel like are trustworthy. There's nothing wrong with that. But ultimately, if you are listening to them and making choices based on what they told you, there is something wrong with that. We have the Seven of Wands clarifying the Three of Pentacles. Again, knowing who and or what is in your energy, recognizing your voice that aligns with God, versus all the other background noise. Okay. That's what this season is teaching you at this time. So the best thing for you to do is, when you receive these messages, these hints, these tips, these tricks, these clues, and you're like, okay, is this intuition or is this fear? The best thing for you to do is sit with it, pull your energy away from whatever this is. Let's say that it's a relationship, because that's the easiest thing to talk about. Let's say that you met somebody, or you're deeper involved with someone, and then you have like this tragic dream that they're just going to break your heart in whatever way, whatever this betrayal may look like. Instead of jumping to conclusions and making choices and movements and decisions and changes, that's when you want to pull back and observe, be in your own energy. And if that destroys the relationship, you just pulling back, that's your sign right there on what needs to occur. Okay. But if something continues to get stronger when you pull back based on these fears, and the relationship itself strengthens your relationship with self as well as this person, then that is a sign that that was simply fears that are just being expelled at this time. Okay. So just knowing the difference between fear and intuition is your biggest thing right now. The Six of Wands in the reverse. This is not a time to be doing things based on ego, because that, I don't even know, like that'll wreck your ship. I've never heard that before, but like, if you're steering based on ego, that will wreck your ship. Okay. It's bringing me to that saying of like, Jesus take the wheel kind of thing. Like, let the divine take the wheel in certain situations where you simply cannot see beyond, because again, you have to remember that you still have fleshly blind spots. You are the spirit that is within, you are the soul that is within, but you are also still a part of the flesh, and the flesh is that tainted energy that taints the truth of the energies that is coming towards the spirit, the soul. Okay, so it's about filtering that energy out. Page of Swords clarifying the Fool in the reverse here. Being mindful from the start that it's not healthy to It's not healthy to be too high or too low when it comes to expectations and interactions with people, places, and things. Like when things start, let's say, again, we're going to keep it in the realm of a relationship because it's just easier. When things start off with someone, it's not healthy to assume that, oh my God, yes, this is my husband, this is the person I'm going to marry. At least just not personally in my experience. It's not healthy to be like that, but it's also not healthy to be in the extreme opposite of that. To be like, oh, this person's gonna be doing me dirty. Da, da, da. It's not healthy to be in either realm. So you want to be at the center to observe, for the truth is right in front of you in the actions, in the words. But again, the flesh is what distracts us, is what taints the truth that we see, that we feel. Okay. And we have the three of clubs. What? We have the Three of Cups clarifying the Magician reverse here. Again, we don't need no extra input when it comes to these manifestations and the things that we accept and the things that we attract into our lives. That's why we started off with the Three of Pentacles and we're ending with the Three of Cups. But the Three of Cups is clarifying the Magician reverse. We're making sure that we are not manifesting a life for everyone else around us with a little bit of our own self included. No. Don't worry about their 2 cents all the time. Okay, this is reminding me of a song that I have out on all streaming platforms called #407 Freestyle. Listen to that if you would like to. My stage name is Celebrity, okay? But literally it was like this concept of leaving your 2 cents, but you could have it back. Because at the end of the day, God gave me my intuition, gave me my thoughts, gave me my feelings for a reason. I need to listen to that. Not to say that other people don't have helpful inputs, but man, sometimes it's easier to fuck up on your own, or easier to succeed on your own, than to be able to blame your fuck ups on somebody else or have to credit someone else for your success. You're stepping into this realm where it's like, you know what? I don't want my win so bad that I have to owe my life to this person just to reach it, or I don't want to have to give up on this so much so because of my fears. Just this is the season of finding the Six of Pentacles balance to give you the momentum that you need to proceed. That's what this season is ultimately teaching you. But it has everything to do with you trusting yourself, trusting your gut, and moving. Look at that with Think It Through energy, new moon in Gemini. Think things through in a different way here. Because again, y'all are probably like, damn, like this is a bit much. That's because we are elevating into the spiritual realm. Like how they always talk about this is a spiritual battle. This is spiritual warfare. That's what's going on here. That's why you have to take a different approach. Like the old way was working, but now it ain't. Now it's time to switch up the approach. We have full moon in Pisces with Forgive. This is also a time too to really not take things personally. If you see the devil using people, don't take it personally. Don't necessarily hold it against that person. Keep it like right in the back of your thoughts and then keep it pushing. Don't let it get too close, that kind of energy. But don't take things too personally at this time, because that'll just make you carry burdens and shit. Yeah, full moon in Taurus, detoxify. Like when you peep shit, peep it and then move on. Okay. There's a need for release rituals for those of you that believe in those things. Be constantly releasing at this time. Find different methods of release and partake in that release activity more often, more frequently. Yeah, look at that. New moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. So again, we're entering a new realm, spiritually speaking, where it's better for you to be the observer, so that you can recognize your own voice over the rest of the noise. And that is how you can overcome this spiritual intimidation and bullying, to find balance and true intuition versus fears that are being expelled and or projected onto you. Okay, anything else for my collective? Anything else? Okay, yeah, there's a lot of new energies coming towards you at this time in regards to communicating with yourself, your flesh, your mind, your body, every aspect of you. You are learning how to flush out toxins, flush out other people, and tap into your true essence. So that's another reason why you're stepping into like this new era of yourself, because you are letting go of the rest of the world. And also I'm being brought to that concept that Queen Cup always talks about how like there's going to come a time where people aren't going to need tarot readers in the way that they do now, or they're not going to need energy readers or Reiki healers. They're not going to need them in certain amounts of time, because we are all going to be that for ourselves. That's just what I'm here to help you do. Again, I'm not here to create some sort of codependency on me. I'm here to get you to find that link, that missing piece between you and God, just because I kind of helped myself to get to this point, and so I want to help you help yourself. And if a spiritual person that you're following doesn't reflect that energy and isn't authentic and transparent with you in that way, you should really rethink who you are paying attention to. That's the kind of thing that is in the air right now. It's just observing what you've been doing at this time, who you've been allowing to influence you, what you've been allowing to influence you, where this influence is taking you. Okay, just think about where you're going, because you are making progress. And so now let's talk about, like, is it intentional progress? That's the main thing. Is this intentional, or am I just out here coasting? Okay, let's get one more card. And being intentional doesn't mean that you know every single detail. Doesn't mean that you are just so certain of yourself. Doesn't mean that you don't need anybody, because trust me, baby, we all need somebody. We all need help. But at the end of the day, you have to know that you have power yourself. Okay, yeah, thunder and lightning power. Tapping into it. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to me. So much love, so much life. Give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with a friend. And if you're using up taste, time, effort, energy, literally give the video a thumbs up. Don't be a hater. Okay? Haters are my motivators, but don't be a hater, because hating looks good. It doesn't look good on anybody. Okay? Until next time, take care, be well. Bye-bye.